What's good, Mad Pill Live? What's good? Y'all know what to do. The like button, the notifications, YouTube was good. Facebook, let me add you on Facebook. I like to add Facebook when I go live. Let's see. In the excuse me, comments, shout out where you're from. The like button, you know what it do. Pull you up a little something. Get ready for this news. I got a few things tonight I want to get off my chest, you know. Just want to get it off my chest. Let's go. Facebook. Let's go. Let me make sure I'm in Facebook. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of shorts coming, so y'all make sure y'all like it and share those too, for real. Especially to YouTube, you know. P Diddy, it's a subpoena today. I believe it was like a few hours ago. Breaking news on P Diddy. You know, I'm gonna bring the breaking news. I come along, bring the breaking news. P Diddy got a new subpoena. Was good, man. Supporter. Long time no chat. Was good. Yeah. 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 Sharing right now. It's good chat. Yeah, I'm gonna see what it is. I didn't really watch what it was. I just seen it. I just watched a little bit of the snippet, but this really new with y'all. I'm sharing with y'all. So I really don't know what the new subpoena, the details is on the subpoena, but I'm gonna find out. We'll play this video. Let me share a little bit more. Hit the like button, share with me. Yeah. Don't forget the hip hop legend interview. And I'm debating on whether I want to say who I'm interviewing tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how I feel about at the end of this video. Might tell y'all tonight who I'm interviewing. To know he's a hip hop legend. Yeah. Ooh, it's a lot. Okay, I'm about to end this. Boom. All right, P. Diddy got another, let me look into this. Another subpoena in a trafficking investigation. So y'all know I'm gonna let this video get the rundown. Here you go.
A federal grand jury issues a subpoena in the Sean Diddy Combs grand jury investigation, according to a new report. What does it mean for the federal investigation into the rap mogul? Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. For months, there's been a lot of smoke, but maybe not as much fire when it comes to talk about Sean Combs, the feds, a grand jury, sex trafficking, and possible federal charges. Grand juries, of course, are secret, and their work just isn't supposed to be out in the public, but often there are leaks, and that's happened at times in this case. I'll get to the latest leak, this one involving a hotel in Miami and one of Combs's exes, in just a bit. The Department of Homeland Security raided Combs's homes in California and Florida back in March. That, of course, made international news. Before that, women and even one man filed a flurry of civil lawsuits against Combs, claiming Combs trafficked them, and those lawsuits have continued even after the raid. The first of those lawsuits came from Cassie Ventura nearly a year ago. She dated Combs for years. Cassie's claims were explosive and included claims that Combs forced Ventura to engage in sex acts with other people for Combs's own gratification, and that he also physically assaulted her for years. But Combs settled that suit the next day. That's practically unheard of. Now, while he may have settled the claims for an undisclosed amount of money the next day, he denied, Combs did, that he had ever harmed Cassie. But then in May of this year, CNN published a terrifying and horrific video of Combs chasing Ventura down a hotel hallway wearing only a towel. He could be seen throwing Ventura to the ground and kicking her, and he could no longer deny that he had abused her.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that.
Instagram clean, including that apology video, and he started posting again just recently. Last week, Combs filed a motion to dismiss another lawsuit filed by record producer Rodney Little Rod Jones. He claimed that Combs drugged and sexually assaulted him and forced him.
He did that. Well, last week. I'm a little rusty on this case. I ain't been getting updates, but yeah.
To hire sex workers and to participate in sex acts with those sex workers. Combs denies those allegations. His lawyer wrote, Mr. Jones's lawsuit is pure fiction, a shameless attempt to create media hype and extract a quick settlement. There was no RICO conspiracy, and
these mushrooms make you feel better. Like
Mr. Jones was not threatened, groomed, assaulted, or trafficked. We look forward to proving in a court of law that all of Mr. Jones's claims are made up and must be dismissed. Now, the suit filed by Little Rod is just one of nearly a dozen filed against Combs. Adult film actress Adria English filed a suit in July, on the same day that NBC News reported the grand jury was meeting.
I didn't know that. She filed. Damn, did I know that? Huh. I don't know.
To discuss evidence against Combs. I spoke with English's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd.
So in the lawsuit, we pretty much spell out the details of the sex trafficking my client faced at the hands of Mr. Combs at his white parties. So she was essentially sought after due to her relationship with her boyfriend, who was interviewing or I should say auditioning with Mr. Combs for his Sean John campaign. That's essentially how things came about. And initially she was just approached to be a go-go dancer. It was all very above board initially. And then eventually with more time, it turned into being sex trafficked. She was sex trafficked in New York in the Hamptons and then in Miami. And these were all during Mr. Combs's white parties that he was throwing. So we essentially outlined the details of that sex trafficking in her lawsuit. And the reason she came forward now, as you know, a lot of people used to be terrified of Mr. Combs. He's blackballed several people, including my client and her then boyfriend, Mr. Gallo, from the industry. So as we all know, there's strength with numbers. So once Ms. Ventura came forward, my client had been looking for an attorney for some time prior to finding me to also file a lawsuit because she had been a victim as well.
Now TMZ is reporting that the grand jury has subpoenaed a hotel in Miami for records dating back to January 1st of 2008, and that one of Combs's exes, Daphne Joy, is also named in those documents.
See, the reason why this ain't came forward yet is like it's taking so long. Like they is gathering so much evidence. I mean, and hold up. Excuse me, y'all. That was about to fall off. I'm gonna keep it going. Shit.
TMZ reports the subpoena was asking for check-in and check-out dates, room numbers, guest preferences and requests, billing information, email addresses, phone numbers, and forms of payment. So basically, everything you could think of that a hotel might have on file, the grand jury wants to see. Little Rod had also named Daphne Joy as someone Combs had paid to perform sex work in his lawsuit. Daphne Joy vehemently denied that allegation in an Instagram post, which has since been deleted. I reached out to Combs Global about this report, about the hotel in Miami and the subpoena. So far, I haven't heard back. I want to take just a moment to tell you about a great lip plumper and sponsor of Crime Fix. It's called City Lips. This is not a painful lip plumper that stings and burns. City Lips news coming out about this subpoena to a Miami hotel involving Sean Combs and Daphne Joy. So why is Daphne Joy being brought into this? We know she dated him at one point in time.
So my suspicion is that she probably is making some kind of allegations, and or they're having her appear before the grand jury, or she already appeared before the grand jury and they're now subpoenaing records to back up whatever she said before the grand jury. So there's a kind of a couple different ways to go about it. Sometimes prosecutors will take testimony from a witness, and that testimony would then be corroborated later on from another witness with paperwork or with receipts. Or they interview that individual. She says or he says, hey, I was here on this date. This is what I did on this date. Then they subpoena that information. So when they put that individual in front of the grand jury, they then have the receipts to back up what that person is saying. So they could say, hey, we had dinner at, this restaurant on this date. And then the prosecutor would say, okay, is this what you had to eat? And show the receipt. Yes. Is that the receipt? Yes. Is that why you remember it? Yes. So those type of things are usually why they subpoena that information.
Welcome to Book Club in the Neighborhood.
What did everyone think of the chapter, The Right Area Rug for Every Budget?
The section on water.
That's interesting you bring that up, because Daphne Joy had put out something on Instagram a while back denying things that Little Rod said in his lawsuit, that claiming that she was being paid by Sean Combs to do sex work. And then all of a sudden that Instagram post disappears. So it kind of makes sense, possibly, if she was brought in front of the grand jury, that she might delete that from her Instagram post or her Instagram page. Do you think that's part of the reason why she deleted that? And I guess 50 Cent, who is her, the father of her child, was kind of giving her some grief, saying things about her being a sex worker and things of that nature. We don't know if that's actually true, but it would make sense that she would delete that after denying it if she were brought in front of the grand jury.
So even though that's a simple thing, there's a lot to unpack there. So number one, someone makes a statement that says, hey, that never happened. Obviously, defense attorneys jump on that right away. So that statement is forever out there, in cyber world. And the defense attorney will have that in case there is a trial, in case there is some sort of motion that's going to be had. So that's the first part of that. The second part of that is, yes, if she was called in front of the grand jury and she gave testimony that's different than what she was posting, I would imagine she'd take those posts down, because it would be kind of idiotic to keep that post up after she already testified in front of a grand jury. Number two is, it could be that she was then subpoenaed after she made that statement, and just the subpoena alone was enough to scare her to take that down. Or number three, and this could be likely as well, she had a conversation with the prosecutor who's in charge of the case, and that prosecutor, after speaking with her, said, hey, listen, you probably want to take down anything that you have up that contradicts what you just told me, because that doesn't make any sense. So it could be a couple different reasons why she took it, or it could just be 50 Cent said, hey, get that down. There's a bunch of different reasons. More likely than not, it has something to do with the case and the grand jury.
Well, there's no love lost, we know, between 50 Cent and Sean Combs. I feel like we've been talking about this, about is he going to be indicted for months, because we have. His house was raided, or his homes, I should say, were raided back in March. So this has been going on forever and ever and ever that we've been discussing this. So, I know you were saying you thought it might happen in the summer possibly, and now maybe in September. We are in September now, in the very beginning of September. So obviously the grand jury is meeting. I mean, his own counsel has acknowledged that. So
I predicted in August that he would get indicted, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, they subpoena. They got to subpoena more people and keep on subpoena. They got to get everybody. It's gonna be over 1,000, witnesses coming out against. Y'all thought Young Thug case was something. All them witnesses, it was 700 something. Witnesses they have to call. No, it's gonna be way more with P Diddy.
When are we going to possibly see some movement? We know these things can be painstaking and take a long time, especially if they are building a rather large case.
Yeah. So when I first heard about it, when I first heard about the raids, when I first heard about kind of what was going on, my feeling was this should be about 3 to 4 months of a grand jury meeting, and then they'll probably come up with an indictment. What I think has happened since is that investigation has unfolded to the point where I think they're going to include a lot of alleged criminal conduct that's not just having to do with the allegations of sex trafficking and things of that nature. And that is what makes it more difficult, and more evidence and more things that they have to get in order to get those indictments. So now that I'm looking at it, I don't think 6 to 8 months is obnoxious in terms of a grand jury meeting if you're covering a period of anywhere from 10 to 13 years, which I think that's what the indictment is going to cover. I think they're going to allege an ongoing, I don't know if they're going to do a RICO, but I think it's going to look very similar to a RICO, where they're going to allege ongoing criminal conduct that includes, behavior that he's been accused of before, in terms of there were shootings and a car got bombed and all these other things that were allegations against him. I think they are now going to include all of that, and I think that it's going to be a very large indictment. I think
so. Not only is it they're going to indict him on sex charges, they're going to indict him on the criminal charges too.
At a 50 to 60 page indictment at a bare minimum. And I think you're looking at multiple counts over a long period of time, or you're looking at 4 or 5 counts, but they're going to include stuff over a long period of time. And I think that's what's taking the grand jury so long. I don't see him just walking away from this grand jury with no charges whatsoever. And we spoke a little bit off camera, is because my belief is when the government puts in the kind of time they're putting in, I don't believe that they ever let someone just walk away from that indictment. I've just never seen that happen before. If you have a grand jury meeting for 4, 5, 6 months and the type of information that they're gathering, I don't see him walking away from this with no charges.
Well, we know it's been at least possibly since July. That's when the first confirmation of it came out. So possibly before that, June, the beginning of July is when we got confirmation sort of about it. So it's been a long process, and it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Sean Combs.
P Diddy is prepared to go to jail. He's very prepared. I said in the last videos, P Diddy's burying and hiding money. He know, and now these new accounts that he is getting criminal charges for multiple things, not just sexual trafficking. I mean, he is. They trying to throw the book at Diddy. Diddy know he's going down. Diddy, Diddy, he ain't gonna go into hiding. There's a lot of people just saying, no, he ain't the type that's gonna go into hiding. He gonna go in peacefully and quietly. He gonna go. He gonna try to fight the charges when he go down. Hold on. Let me get my face up off there.
His lawyer, basically, that his lawyers have said he's never trafficked anyone. So we'll see what happens.
Whether or not they bring charges against Diddy, this month, next month, I believe maybe in the beginning of the year, maybe after the presidential, the election, I believe they're gonna bring it. Right now, it's focused on the presidential election, which I think that's holding it up because they don't want attention on the P Diddy case or any other cases at all. They don't want they want the nation to tune in to the presidential election. So I think after we're gonna get a real indictment after the presidential election, they subpoenaing and doing everybody. They could now. But I would say clean after January, after the inauguration, I say after the inauguration, P. Diddy is going to get a hefty indictment handed down to him. They don't want to ruin the president. They want the nation to pay attention to who's going to become the president now. On Trump and his indictments too. They got a lot on their hands. I mean, the court system, man. But I think now, if they ain't get him in the summer, because I should have known, this presidential race is really the focus that America wants you to target, be paying attention to. They don't want nothing to get in the way of that. So I see y'all gonna see a whole lot of subpoenas after subpoena against Diddy. Coming down, Diddy is gonna be facing about 500 years. When it's all said and done, Diddy gonna be facing about 500 years. For the guy y'all think is gonna be the biggest indictment in U.S. history. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my stuff. Hold on. The sound of that. All right. I had to clear my throat, pull me some more juice. You know what I'm saying? I got to pull me some more cranberry juice. Had to clear my throat. Clear my throat for a minute. P Diddy news. That's new. That's a new update on P Diddy. Now, this is a concern that I have. And this is what's important to me. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. This is what's concerning me. Y'all gotta for this before I get into this. Pull y'all a little. Pull y'all a cup. Take a few sips. Roll y'all a little something. Because you're going to trip. And you ask me, why is this important? Did I say that this is very important? This is very, very important. Let me play this video so y'all can see where I'm coming from.
I met this lady in 2008. We got married in 2011. We had our first child in 2011. We had our second child in 2015. We've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. We just recently found out we're brothers and sisters.
Did you hear that? They've just found out that they're brothers and sisters. After being married for 10 years, had kids, they just found out that they was brothers and sisters. What would you do? This is the questions about that. What the hell would you do if you just found out that the woman or the man that you was married to is your brother or your sister? What would you do? The person who you fell in love with, the person who you love dearly. I'm talking about like you didn't have sex with this person a trillion times. You don't look at them as see, y'all might think that it's nasty now. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just hear me out before you pass up. This person you don't know, but you find out a DNA, and you know they looked alike. They got the same nose. You see from here, they got the same eyebrows. They got the same eyes. They got the same lips. They got the same little. You see that little line across this little smirk? And when you look at this picture, I don't know if y'all see my hand on this arrow right here. If you look at this picture right here, they got the same cheekbones. They got the same forehead. Oh, God. They got practically the same smile. Look at them, the same grin. What made them want to know that they are brothers and sisters? What if you found that out? And this is the bottom line, y'all. This is what I'm getting to. The father, more than likely, they didn't know who their father was. Or not only that, their father was probably hidden, the community, had community dick. Either their father had community dick or they don't know who their father was. Right? This is why it's important to know who your daddy is. And fellas, men out there, this is why it's important not to be hitting everybody and not knowing, you just having one night stands with chicks, not using rubbers. Now, you got brothers and sisters out there in relationships. They don't even know it. Cousins in relationships, siblings in relationships. Y'all don't even know it. That's why you may want to get a DNA test. Y'all might want to get a DNA test. Because if one of y'all got so much chemistry. That ain't funny, man. Hold on, man. Hold up. No wonder y'all get along so well. Because y'all might be brother and sister. Oh, man. Oh, man. No wonder y'all get along because y'all might be brother and sister. Y'all need to get a DNA. That's especially you don't know your daddy. You know your daddy was a hoe and he used to get around. Your papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. That's what I think that happened in this case. The papa was a rolling stone. To all your rolling stone daddies. This is what they suffering for.
Married in 2011. We had our first child in 2011. We had our second child in 2015. We've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. We just recently found out we're brothers and sisters.
You know why? Because your papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. That's what happened. Y'all daddies was getting around back in the day. Now, y'all might be with y'all brother or y'all sister as a result of that. His negligence. His recklessness with his penis. That's what y'all suffering from that. Your daddy's recklessness with his penis. Now, all y'all might need a DNA test. Especially if y'all met each other in the same neighborhood and everybody's families grew up in the same neighborhood. Yeah. Y'all meet somebody up the block. Oh, that might be your sister. My boy. My sister. Y'all might be siblings. You never know. Y'all praise that shit. Y'all praise that. Oh, yeah. Your granddaddy may have. Granddaddy back in the day got around, had babies with the woman around the block. And guess who you hit, my boy? Or my girl? The woman or the man or around from around the block. And guess what? They kids might be your siblings, might be your half brother or your half sister. That's what I'm saying. Get a DNA test, y'all. Because your papa may have been a rolling stone. And this is the result of the Rolling Stone era. That's why they ain't good to spread your royal oaks and your seeds throughout the hood. Because guess what? This is a result from spreading your seed throughout the hood. You get brothers and sisters together. And it's a lot. This is timing, y'all. Don't think that this no. This is common. It goes on the regular, but nobody wasn't saying that back in the day. Y'all gonna see a lot more DNAs tests in the hood. Get a DNA test if you met your partner from around the block. See, or even in the same city, for crying out loud. Or even if you know your city is a small city and you know your papa was a rolling stone, please be careful. If you know your pop was a rolling stone, get DNA tests for who you get with. If you live in a small city, a small town, more than likely, you might be with your sibling. That's why it's important. Better y'all. It is important. That you get a DNA test when you meet somebody, not just an AIDS test or STD test. No, you have to get DNA tests now to find out if the person who you are with is not your brother or your sister or your cousin or your second cousin, your third cousin. Half of y'all is with y'all first cousin. Y'all don't give a damn. For real. Half of y'all done smashed y'all first cousins and you don't give a damn. Y'all just for real. Or your second cousin. Oh, that's my second cousin on my mama's side. Yeah, I know y'all. Y'all ain't click. Y'all be having babies by them. And be deadbeat daddies. See, that's another thing. People be having babies by people in their own family. And you know what? The mama be hiding it too. And the daddy be hiding because they don't want to never own up to the family secret. Y'all see that shit in Medea? Y'all see that shit all the time in Medea. It's like a Medea story. Every family, like, for real. They hide that shit. And they never tell, and they never own up to this family secret. And you know what? The baby grow up not never knowing who the father is. And that's the damn thing, is they've been told a lie their whole life, because the family is, some stories is never told because they would never tell ever the family secrets. Some of y'all are family secrets. And that's the truth. And that's to add up to it. A lot of y'all are family secrets. Some of y'all don't know that half of the damn who the fuck you is, your origin, because your family done lied to you. That's why it's important to get a DNA test. Because your family, not that they don't lie to you, they trying to protect you, because they love you, but and they just can't never tell you because they know it'll hurt you to the death. They're in a position where they can't tell you. They're in a position they can never tell you was ever a secret. That's why a lot of y'all are family secrets. That some of y'all are probably your sister's baby. Like Madea. Well, Madea, let me tell y'all something. Madea be telling the truth. It be twisted too. You thought that was your mama, but that's your auntie. No, yeah, for real. It's shit like that. Your mama is probably your auntie, your grandma. You probably think. Your grandma probably your grandma probably your sister. You probably don't even goddamn know. It's a lot of you are probably a family secret. It's a lot of family secrets that I don't know. Motherfuckers probably don't even know they goddamn adopted. They don't even know they are adopted. A lot of people right now. Your ass probably don't even know you are fucking adopted right now. You probably a big family secret. You probably think that you come from a, your uncle's your uncle. Your uncle probably ain't your uncle. You just don't never know. It's dark. It's real dark. Y'all think this is a surface, but that DNA gonna tell the truth on your ass for real. Get that damn DNA. Invest in get that goddamn DNA. Everybody get a damn DNA. Will you to know indefinitely that you ain't screwing your sibling? Because let me tell y'all something. Y'all screwing y'all siblings, not knowing that the ADHD, because you are screwing somebody in your family. ADHD. Some of y'all don't even know why y'all kids coming out handicapped. Because y'all are actually married and screwing somebody who you are a relative to. You are screwing your relative and wondering why you have a child that came out mentally handicapped or handicapped in a certain way that you have to take care of them for the rest of your life. It's a reason behind that. You have to do a DNA test to clearly see if you are a sibling. ADHD is running rapid in the hood. Why? Because there's a lot of siblings are mating that don't supposed to mate. You are mating with the wrong family. You are mating around the place. Everybody just everywhere. In the club, when you go to the club, you just meeting people and you don't know who you screwing, who you going home with. Could be your cousin because your papa was a Rolling Stone. Your papa was a Rolling Stone, so you just running around rapping, screwing everybody, and now you got a baby by your cousin or your possibly brother, or your sister, and you don't even know. That's in the hood is reckless. I'm telling y'all know the hood is reckless. That's why it's important to get a DNA test so you know who it is. ADHD and it's running rampant in the hood. Because why? Because everybody is having sex with everybody, and everybody is having sex with their own siblings. That's why the mixture of families is the cause of ADHD and mentally handicapped. Don't that make sense? Huh? I don't think that's the only. I'm not the only one that think that it makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Get a fucking DNA test, goddammit. I'm telling you, get a DNA test. You get not only get an AIDS in a disease test, get a DNA test to see who your partner is, the bloodline of that partner. Y'all go through the bloodline, y'all get your blood sent off. For you real people, get your bloodline sent off. See where you come from. The origins. That's important. Woo. And I think that subject do not get brought up. It just don't get brought up. It just don't get talked about. People don't like talking about this type of stuff. You don't. When you want to talk about anything, you can talk about it here in Mad Pill. We're going to talk about it. We're gonna get to the real hot, gutter, goddamn truth. This type of stuff do not get talked about at all. And I think that it needs to be brought up even more. These poor people do not know why they brothers, they found out that they brothers and sisters because they found out that their papa was a Rolling Stone. And guess what? Y'all niggas was praising that shit. Y'all was praising that shit. Papa was a Rolling Stone. But guess what? You might be sleeping with your sibling because of that. And that's the truth. Hold on. I want to get into this next subject. They say many people suspect preacher Kenneth Copeland may be possessed by an actual demon after a new video goes viral. Now let's see what they talking about. Then I'm gonna pass my say so on it. You know.
This covenant of blood. What blood? The blood of this covenant. Oh, God. Cut the covenant with his father God.
Glory.
Yes, like Moses of old. There's they're coming one. Oh. Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it. Absolutely stunning. Just delicious. It's so good. And he will be like Moses, and he'll live 120 years. And he said, yeah. Preach it, brother, preach it, brother, preach it. Just before the cross. And we have a healing covenant. Dwells in me, the pure, spotless blood of God. And Hesed was performed for me. He's my blood brother, and my father is my friend. And as he is, so are we in this world. Glory to God, I don't have it. I never will have it. And I don't mind telling you, I'll never be sick again in my life hereafter forever. Not one time.
That's that's kind of strong. A demon possessed. Um, I will say Kenneth Copeland. Uh, Me, I don't trust these preachers. I really don't. But some of them have good hearts. Some of them have be, you know, making these millions of dollars. Especially you make $1 million. I really don't trust you. You know, my nothing, because I ain't gonna send you no money. You know what I mean? But these prosperity preachers, yeah, the devil is real, and the devil will talk through, the Antichrist, right? I mean, the Antichrist was a powerful preacher, right? Ain't he? Am I right? I don't know. Uh, the devil in disguise, fool people through the pulpit, you know. Do I have evidence on Kenneth Copeland whether he is or the devil or fraud? No, I don't. I really don't. But do I have evidence on him? Like, is he greedy? Yeah, yeah. He's a greedy, rich ass motherfucker. And what he is. Is he an arrogant son of a bitch? Yeah, he is. Excuse my language. But is he possessed by a demon? Actually, I don't know. He might be. His voice is real deep. And, it seemed like he putting on the act like a character. That ain't what he is in real life. His voice probably real soft. Like, he probably like a pipsqueak voice. Probably real talented at making his voice seem real powerful, like the thunder of God. That's how he sound when he talk. He putting on the act like an actor. Preachers are actors. They got to be characters. They got to be, you know, big figures. Have a lot of characteristics. Preachers. They put on a show up there. They not just preaching to you. They putting on a god darn show. And he has a voice. He's an actor. That's what he do. Kenneth Copeland do not talk like that. I'm telling y'all. That's why y'all think that he possessed by a demon. For real. Because he can make his voice sound like that. That ain't Kenneth Copeland like real voice. But whether he possessed by an actual demon, let me see again. Can I rewind that? I want to play up a gun.
The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant. Glory to God. Cut the covenant with his father God.
Glory.
Yes, like Moses of old. There's the coming one. Oh, don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it.
Yeah, he real talented. That's why he got them millions of dollars. He talented. A talented actor can persuade, act, and he do it real good. He got his real voice. That ain't his real voice. He got a pipsqueak voice. Nigga, he 87 years old. I mean, come on now. And he sounded like that. He 87. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a mic. Yeah, they got an extra microphone built in his voice. You can see it in his throat right there. Right there. That's why his neck. You see that big old slit in his throat? Yeah. They got a special device on his throat to make his voice that deep. He getting help to sound that way. That ain't just him just doing that on his own. It's a circus act, you know. Yeah, it's a circus act that he putting on. You know, he did this for years. Like, dude, Kenneth Copeland looked the same way that he did when I was a little kid. I'm 42. I remember when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I seen Kenneth Copeland and he looked the exact same way. He looked just like that. He 87 years old now. Look at that. That's a new picture of him. And his hair is brown. And look at his eyebrows. I don't think he dyed that shit, but no, he ain't dyed that shit. It's natural. That's natural. That nigga he ain't dyed that shit. That's his real shit. He 87. No, he ain't gonna hide. No, he cleanly shaved. No, he looked the same way when I was a little kid. The exact same way. The exact same way. He didn't change. And I always thought of Kenneth Copeland, you know, because it was, my parents played Kenneth Copeland. Like I say, I ain't got no. I don't have no evidence against Kenneth Copeland. You know that he's a charlatan. I don't. I don't. Even though the thing with the private jet, y'all see. I, I really don't have no evidence to say myself, regardless of whatever, the naysayers or whatever. I gotta have some clear evidence to saying that Kenneth Copeland is I know he's I know he's an arrogant asshole. I know that. I can say that. But is he a fraud, or I can't say that. I don't just be putting allegations out there, and there was true allegations out there.
Absolutely stunning. Sis, delicious. It's so good. And he will be like Moses, and he'll live 120 years. And he said, yeah. Preach it, brother, preach it, brother, preach it. Just before the cross. And we have a healing covenant. Dwells in me, the pure, spotless blood of God. And Hesed was performed for me. He's my blood brother, and my father is my friend.
That ninja is a performer. You can see the act and the performance that he's putting on. It's like a movie. When you watch him perform right there, he's performing. Yeah, with that deep voice. All right. That's my take That's my take on that. He's a good performer. And I'm gonna share this. What's going on in the church? What else is going on in the church? Let's let this sister preach what's going on in the church. Let me turn the volume up.
Of your really, y'all, come on. And it hurts. It hurts because we're the Christians. It hurts. And we're the Christians and we looking like hoes. And we done went bodycon crazy. Everything is a bodycon dress. Are y'all serious? You the women of God and you taking pictures with your shoulder all out like this, and you the woman of God, you the woman of God, and your chest is all the way down here on Facebook. I don't care if you ain't in church. Who takes a picture like that? Because you're confusing us. Because 1 minute you want to give us the word of the Lord, and 1 minute you want to tell us what God is saying, and 1 minute you want to prophesy, and the next minute we see you taking an all-out sex picture and a selfie of yourself. I don't care if my spiritual daughters did just disown me. You could unfriend me.
Oh, somebody sent me that video. Thanks for sending me that video. Well, I said I was gonna play it. Well, you know, a lot of sisters that comment on this video. Appreciate the video that's sent. My thoughts on this video is, yeah, it's a lot of, you know, big booties you can see in church right there. You know, you can, yeah, you see them. They wearing the tight clothes and the tights. You know, when I got sent that video, I looked this video up for a rebuttal to that. Let's see. See if this the video. Yeah, this is the video.
Running to the club, we running to the church.
I want a church girl. But my God, there's more hoes up in here now.
Y'all running to the club, we running to the church.
I want a church girl. But my God, there's more hoes up in here now.
Right. Man. It's a lot of women have reverted to the church, you know. And the church ain't traditional no more. It is up to date now. It's much more hip hop, and a lot of things like BBLs and twerking is accepted in the church now. And you can't judge them because guess what they saying? They saying the Lord said, "Come as you are." So you cannot condemn the twerkers or the women with the BBLs in the church. You can't do it anymore because the Lord said, "Come as you are." So that's the problem now. And more women are reverting in the church because they can't find no men in the club. I would say to that, you know, the new club ninjas up in there too. So watch out for them too. They know where y'all at. They know y'all going to the church. So why would y'all tell them where y'all going? Don't tell these club ninjas where you going because they going to church too. They gonna dress up. They gonna dress up for the church. Now you ain't gotta wear a suit to church. You can wear Jordans to church now. They're gonna put on the best fit to go to church and pull you the same way. Let me tell you something. They gonna fly you. Hey, you going to the church expecting to meet a man. Guess what? They going to the church too. Oh, wait a minute. Another video I got. Let me see. That ain't it. Before I get up out of here, I appreciate everybody for joining the live tonight. This been a good. Ooh, that ain't it. It's been a good live. Let me see. What did I? Let me see if this is the video. Let it be. I want to show y'all. Nope, that ain't it. Just hit that.
Y'all ready?
Keep hitting the same thing. Let me see. Oh, hell no. I mean, in closing, the church has changed. It's become more hip. You know, play this last. You know, this is what he talking about. Singing in the church. Look at that. Singing in the church. You know what I'm saying? You singing something, you especially you seeing her, you know. Nobody ain't going nowhere. You're gonna keep the congregation there. Especially you got her singing the praise service, right? Because they can't wait till she come back and sing, you know. So, Sister Collins, you know what I'm saying? Sister Collins get out there, and then the other thick ass sister, Sister Collins, get her thick ass up there and sing. This is what they talking about. I'm just walking around, y'all. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all enjoyed this live. Appreciate everybody for being in the live, for the playback. Y'all keep on supporting. Keep on supporting. Appreciate everybody to join the live again. I'll be back tomorrow night as usual. Thanks everybody for joining the live again and again. I'm out, y'all. Peace.